Apparently not. They had some crazy text yesterday.
Wow.
What? It went well, I thought.
And you need Dr. Phil or some shit.
Hey, Bethy, if you want, it's up to you. You can take your last name off, but that's up to you.
Oh, yeah, but how?
In the Zoom app, there should be
Zoom
a
app.
setting.
Zoom
Right?
app. Okay.
It's right at the top. There's the 3 dots, and you can rename yourself.
Okay, hang on.
Is she the one that does well in your football brackets?
No, God, no.
No?
No, she doesn't know anything about football.
More?
There's 3 dots up in the top of your square, and if you click that, you can rename. It should say mute, stop video, chat, pin. Turn it sideways. Maybe it'll be easier. There you go. You're more 4-3 today. Vince, your camera is 16:9.
Yeah, but there's no
yesterday when you
3
turned on
dots.
4-3.
You want it 4-3? I don't know how to
I
change it.
did.
No, 69 is good. 69 is good.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Bethy.
But there's.
You have an Android?
Wait,
No,
I
I
can
have an
rename.
iPhone.
I can rename you.
Okay, good.
I'm just-
Rename me, please.
There you go. That's good.
Good.
We
What's
good?
my name now?
What's it say?
It doesn't.
It doesn't say anything here.
It says late person.
I'll put you as Beth. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So
There's
we're
a
already-
puppy behind me. Oh God.
That's fine. We're already on YouTube,
Sweet.
and I am now recording so we can start the show. All right. You guys ready?
Ready.
Yeah, go.
You guys ready for your test show? Let's see how this goes.
I'm sure I'll be booted out halfway through a commercial break.
All right. Here we go.
It's very hard to get kicked off this show. Very hard.
Welcome to a new episode of The Usual Saints. I'm Mike D here with Vinnie and 2 new guest hosts to try to fill the void left by Saint and Jeremy at this time. We'll see how they perform, see if they can sustain the pressure of this awesome podcast and our amazing talking points.
Hey, I'd
and
be a
our
little
liberal
nervous.
bias.
I'd be a little nervous if I was Saint and Jeremy, man. They might lose their jobs.
So we have Vince, who was a former coworker of mine. We've been friends for a few years now. Say hi, Vince.
How's it going?
And
Still trying
we
to
have-
get out of TV news.
And we have Beth, who's my cousin, who lives in New York, where I want to live, but I don't live. So
Hello.
Nepotism is alive and well.
listen, I reached out to whoever I thought would be available and willing to come on, Vinny.
That's good. Well, that's good then.
All right, so let's start like we usually do. They don't know how we start unless they listen to the shows, which I'm not sure if they have, but we start with like a little recap, just see if there's anything anyone wants to talk about in their lives, not on the topic list or anything like that. Vinny, obviously you've had some stuff going on. You missed last week's show. How's what's going on with you? Anything you want to chat about or anything like that?
Nothing. Pop's in the hospital. He's got some stuff going on. They're taking good care of him. So he's all right. I mean, I don't think it's anything life threatening. He's just an 80-year-old guy, and he's going through 80-year-old shit. So, but he'll be there for a little bit longer. But he's good. He's in good spirits, and they're taking good care of him. So that's all that really matters. Other than that, I've just been working as normal. Just toeing the line, baby, toeing the line.
You able to do the training and still manage going to see your dad, or do you have to take time off?
Yeah, well, actually, I haven't seen my dad because of the COVID protocol. Yeah, they all I could do is, at the very most, I could just stand in a waiting room. I mean, and I'd rather just be home and talk to the doctors on the phone or right. Whoever needs to talk to me. But,
you can't see him at all in the hospital.
No, I can't see him at all. In fact, if I have to drop anything off for him, I have to, I guess, just drop it off at the main lobby. But he doesn't need anything. He's, being taken care of there. So, so he's got some work they're going to do on his foot. He's got like an open ulcer on his foot. So they're going to do something about that, skin graft it and all that kind of crap. So I don't know when he's going to need anything from me, like clothes and all that kind of stuff. But just waiting on that. Yeah, training's fine. In fact, I just got bumped up to live master control operator. So yeah.
Look at you.
So yeah, look at me, right? I guess I've been greasing the right axles, you know what I mean?
Awesome. I never met your pops. Is he as cool as your mom was? She was a pretty cool lady.
Oh yeah. He's cool. Cool. I mean, you know, nobody pisses me off more than he does, but you know, on
Vinnie,
the other side, he's good to go. What?
I don't mean to cut you off, but someone who hasn't been live on our show in a few months is trying to get in the waiting room. So we might have Saint for a minute here.
Oh, that's cool. Cool.
I'm admitting him. Let's see if he pops in.
All right.
It's popping on. We're going to get back to you, Beth and Vince. Don't worry. But Saint, what the
Look
hell,
at this
man?
guy. Look at this fucking guy.
Hey, what's going on?
Not
What's
much,
up, man?
Not much. Just stealing some of the boat's Wi-Fi that I'm not supposed to, but fuck, I'm leaving soon. So
Yeah, fuck it, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look good,
I
man.
for a minute. I thought that pretty good. Actually, it's the first nice day out in the middle of Bristol Bay. Actually, now we're close to Bristol Bay, but over the Bay Sea overall. So
That's cool, man.
so
how much longer do you think you got?
I'm hoping less than 10 days. I hopefully finish
cool.
this trip and then one more, and then be home by like the 30th, maybe the 1st.
That's cool. Well, your audio is good, but
behind me,
your shot is freezing up here and there, which is understandable. But your audio is real good.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
if
we
you
know-
see behind
we know-
me, I'm trying to show a picture of the big wheels, but go ahead.
I see that.
Cool.
Vinny thinks audio is good, and his is always shit. But yeah, it's pretty good. From being on a boat in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a very funny guy, Mike.
Thank you. I love it.
Fire your fucking writers, man. Fire them.
Look, see, I got my
T-Mobile in Orlando.
close personal friend of Al's shirt on. I'm good to go. Saint, I know we only have you for a few minutes. I don't know if you saw the topic list, but is there anything you want to bring up or chat about, or any thoughts you want to get out before you have to split out whenever you have to go?
I don't know. What's going on lately? I know you sent me that thing about the what is it? The America First.
Yeah,
that was kind of interesting. I mean, I was making a joke. I was like, you could just get your white hood and it'd be a lot easier than coming up with a whole platform and all that. This has been done before. It's not. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here with the racism. But what else is going? What were some of the topic lists?
I mean, it was just usual shit. There's a lot of politics on there, and Heather wants me to stay away from politics, but there's just so much going on, like in that world, like that's current events and topical. Like, I mean, Matt Gaetz is about to get fucked any day soon, so I'm just waiting for that shoe to drop, but hasn't happened yet. He's still denying everything, and he's joining Marjorie Taylor Greene's little Freedom Caucus, which pretty much every relevant or reputable Republican is like, yeah, that's not cool. That's racism, and we need to drop you from all committees if you join that.
Right. Hey, how about this? What about our Oscars? Have we done our Oscars show yet? I was thinking we should do one, right?
When the hell is the Oscars? I'm always about the Oscars. I'm like totally out of it. I don't even know.
Is that this weekend or next?
Didn't it used to be February?
Yeah, but let me look. I'll look it up. It got moved around, so let's see.
Watch that.
It's going to be April 25th. So
April 25th. Great.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, have we seen any of the movies? What movies have we liked? I have some of the movies here. I'm still waiting to watch some with the wife. But yeah, it's another year where it's just like, I wish they would pick more movies people have seen. I mean, I understand the last theatrical release was Bad Boys for Life, and it's not exactly Oscar bait, but some of the movies were like, I mean, Nomadland, and it was this guy. I started watching it and fell asleep. It was like
Nomadland.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was it's pretty good.
Were there even movies
I always
this
love
year?
Frances McDermott. She's always great, but
I'm with Beth. I haven't seen one.
Again?
I haven't seen one fucking movie
Yeah.
that's in the
We
Oscars.
rented out a theater and saw an old movie. Like that's the only movie we went to the entire year in New York. Like you rent the theater for $100 and you could see an old movie. So we saw Selma. But are movies even happening?
Yeah, I mean,
They just
theaters-
opened movie theaters near me.
Yeah, they're starting to open slowly but surely. Of course, drive-ins are open now. So
out here on the boat, we just get copies of all, illegal copies of everything, and we try to watch everything. A lot of documentaries. Although Borat, started watching that. That was kind of funny. I didn't get a chance to finish it.
Yeah, she was nominated for that. She was nominated for Borat.
His daughter.
Oh, really? No shit.
Yeah, for the whole Giuliani down the pants thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's up for Best Picture?
Best Picture. Okay, so the big ones that I've only seen 2 of them. Trial of the Chicago 7, which is about the thing in the 60s, 70s where like a bunch of hippies, Abby Hoffman, those kind of people got put on trial. That was good. That's on Netflix. Sound of Metal's on Amazon. That's supposed to be really good. It's got I don't know how to pronounce his name, Riz Ahmed or Riz Ahmed. He's an awesome actor. So that's on Amazon now. I hear great things about
that. That's the one. That's one I want to watch. That's really the one I want to see. But I heard it's really good.
Yeah. Promising Young Woman, I hear, is pretty awesome. That's got Carey Mulligan. She plays like a chick who goes after sexual predators or whatnot, and I guess kills them. I don't know. Nomadland I saw, that was on Hulu. I thought it was pretty good. It's not dialogue heavy at all. It's basically following Frances McDormand around for 2 hours, but it's good. It's a story. It's being told. It's good. Your dad liked it, Beth. So I mean, it's a good one. I watched Mank. That's David Fincher's new movie that was on Netflix as well. I love David Fincher. It was just a little hard to get through. I don't know if I don't like old Hollywood or not, but basically it's about the guy who was a screenwriter for Citizen Kane. And
I did see Mank. See Mank. Wasn't as good as people are making it out to be.
Yeah,
I mean, Citizen Kane is much more interesting than Mank. It's not one of my favorite Fincher movies.
No. But I mean, they only had so much to go through. I missed Judas and the Black Messiah when that was on HBO Max. I want to see that because they have 2 guys nominated, Lakeith Stanfield and what's the other guy's name? For Best Supporting Actor. Daniel Kaluuya. They're both nominated for Best Supporting, so I think they'll just cancel each other out in that race. And then you got Minari, which is with the guy from The Walking Dead, Stephen Yeun. Heard good things, haven't seen it though. And then The Father, which I think has Anthony Hopkins and someone else.
Yes.
But yeah. Oh, Olivia Colman. And I haven't seen that or anything like that. So it's like you said, a lot of people haven't seen movies because the movie theaters have been closed. I mean, ArcLight and whatnot in California, they're all going out of business. There's 300 locations going out of business.
Wow.
So it's slowly but
someone to go to a movie theater when you can get them straight released.
Yeah,
I love the experience. So when it's safe, I mean, I'm double vaccinated now. So is Heather. Sophie's not vaccinated yet. I know we're going to talk about that.
Beyond the vaccination, since the Batman shooting, I've been pretty much uninterested in going to a movie theater.
Yeah.
Listen, that
Check
could
those
happen anywhere, though.
exits automatically.
I look at them every time.
Yeah, it's crazy how that becomes like a habit now to check that you know where the exits are when that used to be something you ignored.
Yeah.
I only go for Tom Cruise movies now.
Exactly. That's right. Let's go. Mission
really
Impossible 17. I'm ready.
Yeah.
We watched, speaking of Tom Cruise movies, this was a big controversy in my house. Vanilla Sky. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of Vanilla Sky? I know we're going back to 1995 here, but
it's not 95. It was the early 2000s.
Oh, early 2000s, whatever.
I don't even really remember it. I remember Penelope Cruz is in it, and it's some kind of dream thing, and I don't know. It was who directed it? Cameron Crowe.
Cameron Crowe.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, I don't remember it. It didn't make an impression on me. That's how.
I think you were just too young.
Rain Man's probably my favorite.
Rain Man.
Well, we can't
your favorite
stand
Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise,
movie?
but
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Jack Reacher was really good.
Yeah, Reacher was good.
Although I don't have any interest in the Daytona 500.
Oh, right.
Days
Tropic
of Thunder.
Or not
Days of
Tropic
Thunder.
Thunder. Days of Thunder. Yeah. Days of Thunder.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
when
pretty
Nicole Kidman looked
Tropic
like
Thunder.
Nicole Kidman.
Hey, Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder was Top Gun
Tom
in
Cruise
NASCAR.
wasn't Tropic Thunder.
Definitely.
Tom Cruise wasn't Tropic Thunder. It's probably his best performance in like a decade. If you've ever seen Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, he was in that too. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was good in Tropic Thunder.
Not to interrupt,
Glad I'm
but
not the only one who likes it.
I gotta
Wait.
bail
I
out.
think Saint's out.
Bye, Saint.
Okay. Saint, it's good to see you, buddy.
But
Take care of
just wanna
yourself.
say hello to all you guys. I'll see you guys in like a week or two, and keep it unusual.
All right, man.
Unusual Saints.
All right,
Get
keep
your
it
ass
safe,
back
brother. Keep it safe.
Yeah.
Later.
So wait, you guys are Tom Cruise fans?
I'm surprised I'm not the only one. Everyone I talk to is like,
I
can't.
like Tom Cruise. I like Tom Cruise.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I mean, he's not my
So-
favorite. I mean,
Ugh.
He's one of my favorite actors.
yeah. I mean, I like watching his movies.
I enjoy he does all of his own stunts.
Yeah, that I like. Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
he's
liked
my
him
height.
before the Scientology.
Oh, I don't
But-
even.
You got to
think
keep
about that.
Scientology out of it. Though.
Yeah, I keep Scientology out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It has no effect
Oh,
on my
no.
movie watching.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
This is
In
funny.
fact, I think you should do a movie about Scientology. That would be awesome.
I love Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible because he still does that well. When that starts going downhill, then I'll stop watching it. I've watched some of his other films, but I mean, honestly, I've never seen any of the Jack Reachers. It's just like any other movie.
The same movie, different.
Yeah, I
name.
mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
eliminating anything unless it's really like horrible. That's me. I watch a trailer. If it looks interesting, I'll go see it. Recently we had a discussion. Vinnie, were you on the show when we were talking about Allen versus Pharaoh and things like that, and how
I never saw it, but we talked about it quite a bit. Yeah.
So some people say you have to separate the art from the artist, but like, is that possible anymore? Like, can you separate Woody Allen from his movies? Can you separate Roman Polanski from his movies?
It depends. It depends on what they did that makes everybody not like them.
Napoleon Dynamite. He's Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. Exactly.
What did he do?
Nothing else.
Vincent's just bringing him up in that sense.
You can't change the role. That's all he's good for.
Yeah. I mean, Tom Cruise's religion, I could give two shits about that. I don't care. I don't care what he does.
It's not that. It's just that some people, when you see them on screen, they irritate you, so you can't enjoy the movie.
Is that what it is?
It's not about. Yeah, totally. Like, I see
really?
his face, and I want to smack it.
Yeah, I like his face.
Is this before Scientology, or you always felt that way?
It's probably, you know what it is? It's since he told Brooke Shields that she was wrong for having postpartum depression.
Yes.
And then I just wanted to smack him, and all I could think of what a
Napoleon
complex he has.
I wanted to smack him too. I mean, he's been a real dick outside of the realm of Hollywood.
And it's not really about his religion. I mean, Scientology is not a religion, number one.
But I do want him to do a movie about Scientology, and I would like Leah Remini to be in it too.
I don't know how that will go over, Vinny. I think those two might clash.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
But
like certain actors, certain actors just
probably wind up married,
and you can't watch them in a movie.
I'm trying to think who does that for me.
Like Keira Knightley.
I can't think of the.
Oh, Keira Knightley. I love her.
Of course you do. She's female.
The underbite. Oh my God.
She's female. She's got boobs. Of course you like her.
We have my 17-year-old cousin on the show.
That's all right. She's 17. Come on. She knows what boobs are by now, for Christ's sake.
No, listen, I don't like people's acting. That's the thing that turns me off. Like, I mean, but you can suddenly somehow get a great role, whether it's a director that brings it out or an awesome screenplay or something. So I'm always willing to give someone a chance if it looks great. But if there's like a ton of controversy, I mean, technically, I guess that kind of attracts me more because I'm like, oh, I gotta see this because of that. But,
yeah, exactly.
I think I can separate art from artist, but I guess like what it comes down to with that whole separating art from artist thing is financing those people's projects if they've been so immoral. So like I haven't been a Woody Allen fan, but I wouldn't not watch his films and see what he's all about because of what's happened. But if I were an actor or if I were a producer would I want a part of one of his new projects? Probably not, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to not watch his movies if Alana says she's interested in film and one movie comes up and it's him. I'm not going to not watch it with her.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know? And I'm
was
not
a lot
going
of
to turn
people.
off Michael Jackson either because it's awesome.
Well, I think
Well,
the problem with that is like
there were
the
quite a
actor,
few-
you see them, you know, you see them on the screen, and it's harder to be.
Well,
like,
Woody
oh,
Allen is
they're
a
not
director,
right?
though.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like
Right.
you're not watching him the entire time,
Right.
But if it's an actor, it's harder to be like, oh, well, this is his work.
Right, like Army Hammer, I don't think Alana would be able to watch.
No.
Yeah.
After what happened.
No.
Every time I hear Woody Allen, I think George Costanza because that's what he did to get onto the show.
Exactly. Right. These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Heather can't differentiate. Like she watched the Michael Jackson documentary on HBO, Leaving Neverland, and she I believe those guys totally, and I think he probably molested them and did everything. But when a Michael Jackson song comes on and it's from my childhood, I still listen to it. Heather's like, turn that off. I can't believe you listen to it. I'm like, I don't know.
Right. But it's also like
exactly.
it's with Michael Jackson, like there's such a level of brilliance there that it's like, okay, Mozart, anyone from those days, do we know what their private lives were? No. We're never gonna not listen to their genius because of what they did in their life. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's not saying, it's not condoning anything to say that, you know, want to be starting something is freaking brilliant. That's not condoning anything, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it's a matter of condoning what they did. I mean, if you enjoy their work, you enjoy their work. I mean, it's you got to separate it, but you know, it also depends on what they did. You know, if somebody's out there molesting children, you know, I might have a problem with watching what he puts out there, regardless of, you know, what it is. But the other things like, you know, the Scientology thing, we were talking about Cruise and all that kind of stuff. These type of things, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what these people do in their private life, you know?
Right, but that's easy to say as a man. As a woman, Scientology, like they really, really repress women badly and they really abuse them. And so that's more offensive to like Alana and myself than it would be, you know, to you necessarily. Like to me, I think Tom Cruise is a freaking, I mean, locking up a woman that's like, how old is Katie Holmes? Right. You know, disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I understand that. I understand that point of view coming from you, of course. But
now she's in her 40s, but she was in her 20s, right? She married him, right? He did the
right, and he was what, 50?
Right. No, he was in his 40s.
No,
probably. He's not even
20 years
he's not even
older.
60 yet. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe it's he's probably 15, 20
he's
years
late
old.
50s. Yeah, he's late 50s right now.
But I mean, that's like, I mean, back to Woody Allen just for a minute. You know, I don't think we can get much more out of this subject. But I mean, I never saw Manhattan, like we discussed on the previous episode, Vinnie. I've only ever seen one Woody Allen movie.
A great movie.
Point.
Yeah, hey, Woody Allen makes great movies. I hate to say it, you know, because he does. I enjoy just about every movie I've ever seen done by Woody Allen. I've enjoyed, and that's why I keep continually watching them, and I rewatch them, and I just enjoy his work. I enjoy where he comes from with his, you know, his comedy and his stories and the way he presents. And in, you know, just about every movie is a love story to New York. I mean, he loves the city of New York. So, and you know, so it's kind of like a love letter to New York every time he makes a good movie about it. You know.
Yeah.
But
he can't get the financing anymore, though.
I mean, is he a scummy guy for what he did? If he actually did, I mean. I don't know the absolute truths of these things that people talk about other people. I don't know the absolute truths. I know what they put out there about these people and that type of thing. I don't know if they're true, really. I mean,
well, I did sit next to him and S2E19 at the Belmont Stakes one year.
Yeah. You know, I know.
You know, they were like 6 people over from us. So he was with the woman that was his daughter.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
and of course I believe that because there's pictures they live together or whatever. But, you know, all the other things that haven't been proven, a lot of things are alleged. A lot of things are, you know, you hear one side of the story, but you don't hear the other. You know, and I'm not just talking about Woody Allen. I'm talking about, you know, different, you know, areas of, you know, entertainment. So,
but, you know, you have him putting out Manhattan in 1979, where he is 50 something or maybe late 40s at the time, and he's in a relationship with a 17-year-old girl. But in New York, 17 is legal for guys. So like, I guess that's how everyone accepted it. I'm not quite sure. I was not born at the time, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little odd, but I mean, it's considered a classic, and I've never seen it, but it's considered a classic. So
Right.
I don't know, but like I told you, that lawyer in Connecticut, the prosecutor, he said there was probable cause, but he didn't want to put Dylan Farrow through it at the time, because of how old she was. So, I mean, there's no conviction, there's no acquittal. So I mean, at this point, what do I go with? I mean, he's not saying anything, and the documentary puts forward a pretty compelling case, and Dylan seems believable, and the prosecutor says there's probable cause. I think I got to lean that way. You know what I mean? But all right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to The Usual Saints.
Quick break.
See, that was
We're
really
still
quick.
live. It's a live break. We're still on YouTube.
I just
People
do that
are
so I
going,
can.
what the fuck is he talking about? A break? They're still sitting there. Where's the
just do that.
commercial? Where's the commercial?
You got a live read for me? I'll read it.
I'll read it, bitch. I know how to do commercials.
I speak well. I'm good at English. No, you know how we do, Vinny. I stop the recording. I say we're going to take a break, so I can just drop it in easier. So I can do
I
less
know the
editing.
process. I'm just taking advantage of the fact that Vincent and Beth don't know the process. Okay, I'm trying to stick in some funny shit. You're
Vinny, did you meet
killing
Alana
the show.
yet? Did you meet Alana yet?
No, I have not.
This is Alana.
Hi, Alana. How you doing?
I'm good.
Nice to
How are
meet you.
You too.
Hey, don't mind me.
She's a big girl.
I'm not allowed out of this house, so.
So guys, let's bring it back. Welcome back to The Usual Saints, but I'm gonna I'll leave all that pre-talking because I do that shit, Vinny. So let's see. What should we talk about? We never got around to because St. John's.
I don't know, but that was
Go
a
ahead.
good break though. That break was great.
Man, Vinny, I wish Alana wasn't there because I'd be saying a bunch of shit to you right now.
Hey, she's family. Can't you say whatever you want?
No, I try to be good around my little cousins. So.
All right. Jesus.
You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Like I said, whatever. But so we never got around to really getting to Beth and Vince because Saint kind of jumped in right, bam, and I've never seen him in 4 months now, Vinny. So, let's get to them just real quick, and we can kind of talk a little bit about them just to introduce them to everyone. So Vince, you've been spouting in there. You're kind of like the Jeremy right now because Jeremy comes in every now and then. That's what you do, and that's great. That's fine. But so what?
Changing the topics.
That's
yeah,
fine.
there you go. Pick your topic. Pick your strengths. There you go.
Let's talk a little bit about you. You can say whatever you want. Like me, we don't talk about my work, just so you guys know if you haven't heard the podcast, just because of the sensitivity of it. And so I don't really discuss it. We do discuss sometimes that I investigate and do that kind of shit. But Vince, tell the audience a little bit about yourself. What should they know about you? You're a Phillies fan, obviously. You got a shirt on.
Everything. Working TV news, photojournalist, what you used to do.
Right.
Has its days. Today was a good day. I'm filling in for someone over the weekend. They're on vacation, but most of the days, you know how it is.
Yeah.
You got to try and get out.
Well,
I'm from Jersey and Philly area, and moved down here about 7 years ago. So I've been in Orlando area, I would say, for the last 7 years.
Gotcha. You engaged yet?
Negative.
I was hoping Lauren would listen to that.
She is not going to listen to any of this. She's not even in the house.
Lauren and Vince met when me and Vince were doing a kickball team, and that was fun to see happen. Me and Vince would hang out, and I don't know exactly how it came to fruition. There were some cute girls on the team, and
I wasn't even going to play kickball that season, right. But you're like, I need someone to go with. I'm like, I'll go. And I actually asked one of her friends out on a date, and we went because we like hockey. We went over to see the Lightning play a couple times, and I don't know. I was bored one day, and I tell her this too. I was bored one day, and I was like, I realized she mentioned she liked kayaking. We went kayaking, and told her it wasn't a date, and now we live together.
Told her it wasn't a date. Nice.
Yeah.
So you have me. You have me
covering your ass. Covering your ass. I like it.
You have me to thank for you having a house right now.
Oh, it's wonderful. I love the yard with the dog.
And the only reason Mike needed you to play kickball is because he needed a ride. That's
What? No, I have my own car. Trust me. Everyone knows how slow I drive.
I think
Oh
Mike
my
enjoyed
God.
the bar after the kickball game more than
I
I
did.
can't believe how slow you drive.
I did. I love the bar.
I saw you put your car on cruise control once when you gave me a ride at 35 miles an hour.
That's right.
And I was
Do you still have that Hyundai?
right then I was like, this guy's he's on the spectrum. He's got to be because cruise
Yeah.
control at 35.
I put it on as soon as I can. I'll put it on at 20 and 25 if I
Hey, does
can.
anybody want some salami and provolone? I got salami and provolone.
No.
Oh,
Very fancy plate you got there.
You like that?
I
It's
like-
Dixie, man. Dixie.
Michael,
Oh,
your
no.
little cousin drives like you. I had
Oh,
to
yeah?
drive her car home from Nordstrom Rack in order to get on this show on time because if Alana drove, we'd be here at 6:30.
Okay, well, I won't
Which is
even
a good
mention how
thing.
fast you were going and what the speed
Which is a
limit
good
was.
thing because she's only 17.
Hey,
so.
better safe than sorry. Better safe than
Yeah.
sorry for sure.
Alana,
Absolutely.
you know your mother. You know she drives like crazy. I'm glad to hear you drive like a sane, normal person. Oh, there's Charlie.
Charlie.
Charlie. Hey,
Charlie the dog.
Charlie's giving out the love.
Yeah, so I'm glad to hear that, Alana. I'll give you driving tips when I come up to visit.
Nice.
Very nice.
Hey,
Vince.
Charlie.
Vince, to answer your question, I no longer have the Elantra. So
No?
after I left Spectrum, I didn't even did I trade? No, I didn't even trade in the Elantra because we weren't going to get anything for it. We got Hyundai Kona, which is a little compact SUV.
Small SUV.
Yeah. And then last year, I gave the Kona to Heather because she couldn't drive the Elantra anymore, and I got the Santa Fe, a new
Oh.
Santa Fe. So
Lauren's got the new
You wanna
Santa
be on
Fe.
it?
I just leased the CRV.
yeah,
You had like 400,000 miles on that thing, though.
it was like 350. Yeah, and someone bought it for us for like $500. I'm like, whatever, take it.
It's running. It was
Yeah,
running.
exactly. Yeah, towards the end, it was like, is it worth putting any more money into fixing this? And so, yeah, exactly. But you know, that's why I buy a car. I buy a car and keep it till it dies. Basically, you know.
I'm
I
the
know you like
opposite.
to switch it. Yeah,
I like getting rid of it every 3 years.
I know. All right. Well, let's see if Beth comes back.
I'm
Beth,
back.
Okay.
I'm back.
What do you want to tell the audience about yourself?
Well, I can't talk about work, much like
That's
you.
fine.
But I guess I can say I'm a librarian.
There you go.
There you go. Nice.
So I'm a librarian. I live in New York on Long Island. If you can't tell, Long Island.
Long Island.
You know, coffee, all that.
Cool.
And what else do you want to know?
Nothing. Just it's kind of a way to
Oh,
introduce yourself
oh.
to the audience.
I saw that you're wearing your Weird Al shirt.
Yes.
And Michael does not remember this, but
Yeah.
when he was first enraptured with the Weird Al Yankovic Enigma, I took him to Record World in New Hyde Park, New York, to meet Weird Al and get his autograph. And he says he doesn't remember this, but he was like about 7. He was 7 years old and I was 11. And I walked Michael and Brett over to Record World to meet Weird Al.
Nice.
He's
Yeah.
come to Orlando couple
Mike,
times.
you don't remember that, Mike?
No, man, I was 7. I don't remember much of my childhood.
You
You know,
don't
my
remember
mom
7?
already doesn't.
Jesus.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I barely
right?
remember 17. So.
Wow.
I can't believe he doesn't remember it. He doesn't remember me playing He-Man with him.
Oh, wow, man. Come on.
I always had to be Battle Cat because him and Brett always wanted to be on my back. And
What
There
part of
must
Long
be
Island
some-
do you live? Where do you live in Long
We're-
Island?
we're in Albertson, which is like Western Nassau County. So very close to Queens.
Yeah, I was born in Bethpage.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know Beth
so-
Page.
Yeah. I mean, they moved me out of there when I was 2, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, so I'm as close to a native
Floridian.
Floridian as I can be without actually being born there.
Have you
Right.
met the
But,
Jokers?
What's that?
Have you met the Jokers?
No, I've not met the
Practical
Jokers.
Jokers?
No.
No?
Uh-uh.
I'm the only one that watches that show.
I know who they are, but no, I don't watch it. No.
They actually were in at Universal. One of my birthday celebrations. They were at one of the bars.
Nice.
Pretty cool to see them. I think they're from Staten Island, though.
Yeah, that's where all the Italians live.
Yeah. Sounds right.
All right.
Oh, you were asking me about the Jokers? I don't
Yeah.
even know who. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who they are.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm glad Vinny can handle dinner while he's doing the show.
It's not dinner; it's a snack. We're sitting there talking shit. So if we were sitting around a table, we'd be eating, chips, dip, shit. I don't know.
What should we cover next? Do you guys want to do the bracket that I made up or no?
What
Let's
is
do
it?
your bracket. Or
It's
what?
the
Or do you want to talk
sexy
about
character
crushes?
bracket? Bethy should have a bunch of fun with this one.
Oh my goodness.
God.
What kind of characters? You're going to talk about comic books?
I'm going to show pictures, and so you're
Oh,
going to.
okay.
It's pictures of movie characters, comic characters. Basically, we're going to vote between the four of us on which one is better, and there's no right or wrong answer. It's just whichever one you think is sexier. So
Is
we're going to
Alexander Skarsgård in there?
Oh
Yes,
God.
sure.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Let's see. I could share my screen. Let's see if it works. Can you guys see that?
I see it.
All right. So you guys ready? We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
We got a 16 character bracket. We're gonna start with Battle Angel Alita. Have you guys seen that movie or heard about that anime or whatever?
Negative.
Is
No.
this a yes or a no question, or what is it?
It's gonna be which one you pick between the two. So right now we have Battle Angel Alita, or where's my other one? She's going up against Ramona Flowers. Can you guys see that?
I see the first one.
All I see is
First one.
I got to switch. How do I switch? See, I wasn't sure how this was going to work I wasn't sure. Oh, wait, I can select multiple windows. See, this is the joy of learning how to use Zoom and everything. There you go. Can you see both of them now?
the
for
other
a
one just went
second.
away.
I
There you
still
go.
just see the first.
There
Oh,
you
there
go.
we go.
So
Now I
Ramona
see.
Flowers or Alita?
Well, I like what the
Alita.
second one's wearing, so I'll go with the second one.
Ramona?
Yeah.
She's from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the comic book series and the movie. This is the comic.
Oh.
That's the movie, obviously.
I have
Vinny.
it in my library.
I like the other chick.
Alita?
Yeah, her.
Beth, you going to be a tiebreaker here or what?
Alita.
Oh,
There you
sorry,
go.
Ramona. See, I would have voted Ramona, but that's fine. Alita's cool. All right, so let's see.
But you're
Next.
not voting. What is this?
There's 4 people. How would we do this? Should we save this for a time when we only have 3?
You're good. We'll keep going.
All right, so Ramona gets kicked out. Sorry, Ramona. We'll move on to
Ramona,
My-
with the second one.
yeah. She was no.
Ramona
there's
was the second one.
She's gone. Yeah. So Ramona's gone. We're gonna do one of my favorites, Harley Quinn.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right.
Not a good picture. Sure.
Yeah. Versus, let's see if I can share this easily. Share screen. I should just put both of them up at the same time. It's easier. There we go. Harley Quinn and Batgirl.
That's
Harley
Batgirl.
Quinn.
Looks like a child.
That is when I put
does look
Batgirl
like a
image
child.
in. That's what came up. You know what Batgirl looks like.
Yes,
Pick between.
I'm
You don't
not
have. You don't
Harley
have. You don't have to pick
Yeah.
that version.
She looks-
It's just which character.
Batgirl
Harley
looks
Quinn.
like jail. That's what Batgirl looks like.
Yes. Looks like a life sentence.
So I'm going with Harley Quinn.
Same.
Okay. Bethy.
Harley Quinn.
There you go.
Okay. See, this is easy. All right.
I love judging things.
You like what?
Judging things.
Yes, you're very judgmental. We all know
I have
this.
an
Well, I
opinion
know this
about it.
anyway.
Vince, what are you eating, Vince? What are you eating?
Ginger snaps.
Oh, love them.
Yep.
Ginger
The next-
snaps.
I had to get them sent down from Philly.
Nice.
The next one is very small.
Oh my God.
Can you see Samus Aran there?
Yeah, I can see her, but she's
Jesus. What the hell?
I mean, it looks like she's ready to take her bikini bottom off. So we'll go with.
first of all,
What the
I'm
hell
very,
kind of show is this?
first of all, I'm very offended by these photos. I got to tell you.
I don't know if I should be looking at the screen.
Yeah,
That's
I'm glad
great.
Alana's not over here right now.
It's a bikini. What is your problem? It's Princess Peach versus Samus Aran from Metroid.
That's
Which one would
Princess
you guys
Peach.
go with? Yeah, it's
She's
Peach
evolved.
according to Google.
Again, this girl looks like she's 8 years old. With
I'm going
Which
with
one?
the blue girl.
I'm going with
Blue girl.
Samus. Yeah,
All right, Samus wins.
this other chick looks like trouble.
Definitely.
You guys are funny. See, I just picked whatever I could find. Like some of the images, I'm surprised Samus was so small. But
Do you have anybody that's real? Do you ever need
Yeah,
real
where are
people?
the guys?
Yeah, we're the guys.
Harley Quinn's real.
This is my bracket. I picked this. If you want to come up with a bracket for next time, go ahead.
Can we do characters from True Blood?
Oh, you're a True Blood fan?
Yeah. We're watching it for the third time.
Oh, that's not good.
Reading the books.
But we never
right.
get past like the fourth season? Fourth
Isn't
season.
this Batgirl again?
Nope, that is Catwoman and Poison Ivy.
I'm going with Poison Ivy. She's a redhead.
Poison Ivy, all right.
Poison Ivy. Yeah, I go Poison Ivy.
Wait, does Halle Berry play Batwoman?
She plays Catwoman.
Catwoman, and she did, but that movie bombed, so she's not Catwoman anymore now.
Because I would vote for her.
Yes, but it's the character, it's not the actress.
You know what, though? I got a little problem with the children behind this chick, so I'm going to go with I'm going with the Catwoman. Yeah.
You don't like the dead body under her?
The dead body and then the child behind her, looking for his Gerber, cream spinach.
I only picked her because of her hair.
So, Bethy, you're the tiebreaker.
Catwoman.
There you go.
Oh, breaking my heart.
Because of Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Oh, horrible Catwoman. All right, let's see if anyone knows these next two. That one, open up. I like both of these are two of my favorites. These are two tattoos I want to get, but
Vince, what's your dog's name? What's your dog's name?
This is Lucky, and Reggie is Reggie's over here hanging out.
Reggie. Nice.
All right. So we have Death from Sandman. She's on the left with the all black ensemble.
Yeah, I'm going with Death.
You have Adam Eve from Invincible, which actually just started on Amazon. It's a really good show. It's a great comic.
I'm going with Death.
As much as I love the goth look, I'm going with Invincible.
Oh my god.
Adam Eve. All right.
Come on.
Tiebreaker.
I'm going with Joan Jett.
Goth.
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett's from Long Island.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. There it is.
So Death wins. All right.
Where's my girl?
Which girl? Who?
Wednesday.
She's not in my bracket. Make your own bracket.
She'd be number one in everyone's bracket.
Yes, I know. You love her. We're well aware. That's the only way I get Vince to any of these cons. Like have what's Wednesday Adams cosplays.
I was going to go to the last one. She was supposed to be there. And it got canceled.
You took a picture with one of those cosplayers, right? I
Yeah,
forget which one it was. All right.
Hey,
So we have
definitely
Cassie
the left.
we have Cassie Hack on the left. She's a comic character. And we have Quiet from Metal Gear Solid on the right.
Left.
You're talking Cassie Hack. Okay. Vince.
That's not top
Vinny.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go with Quiet.
All right. We got a Quiet. Bethy.
The one on they both look the same.
I know, but that's part of the tie. The
Okay,
thing
and
you gotta
one's
break.
fake and one's real. So I guess you're gonna go with the right because she's real.
No, they're both fake.
Yeah.
She's digital, right?
Yeah, but it's a video game.
I'm going with Digital Girl. Yeah.
All right, so we went Quiet. Okay,
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm losing all of these, by the way.
No, Vince hasn't won one yet, man.
There's no losing.
I'm pretty sure the purple tights one got taken away from me too.
Yeah.
The purple tights. Which one's
The
that?
first one.
Yeah, the first one.
I don't know. All right, so we have Mary Jane Watson versus
No question.
versus Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, Mary Jane.
You just put this red-haired girl over the hotter one on the left.
That's the cosplayer. I'm not trying to cover the cosplayer. I'm just cover. That's the character right there. You want to see the cosplayer?
You want to
there
see
you
the
go.
cosplayer? Yeah.
There I go right. If we're not, I go to the red-haired girl.
Yeah,
Pick one and stick with it.
Mary Jane. I'm going Mary Jane.
But these are drawings or dolls or something. They're not actual women.
Nah, they're not.
Oh my God, they're characters. It's called sexy characters.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna say Eric Northman from True Blood, Alexander Skarsgård.
Okay,
Tarzan.
That's not in my bracket.
Yeah,
Betsy.
that's
make one for next week.
Okay.
All guys, we'll vote on them. That's fine. Vince, who you going with? Mary Jane?
Yeah, I guess so. I
right.
don't know.
Beth, you got a choice here?
Okay, the right.
There you
Mary
go,
Jane. All
Mary
right.
Jane, winner.
Got some freckles.
We have one more for the first round, and then we're going to round two, and this should be pretty simple. We got, I don't want to say it until I get the pictures up. Better that way. Where's the other one? Oh, yeah. This is a tough one, I think. For me, it is. Do all you guys watch the Marvel movies at all, or?
Well, yeah, sure.
So
All right. So Bethy might just be able to just tell based off his images. So you got Nebula on the left, and you
Nebula.
got Captain Marvel on the right.
Fucking Nebula. Captain Marvel.
I'll pass on the bald one. I'm going to the right.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Nebula is played by, I know we're not going off actors and actresses, but she's played by Karen Gillan. Gillan. I love her. She's
I can't even believe you put her in there.
Why?
Did you think anyone would pick her?
I would have picked Nebula.
No.
All right, so you guys have seen all the pictures, so we don't have to go back to the pictures. We'll just go to the bracket and we'll choose between the two of them and get it done. So we got Alita versus Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Vince?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know the names, so the pictures would be better for me. But I'll go Harley Quinn on this one.
Alita was the first picture you saw.
Oh,
Do you need me to show you again? I can show you again.
Harley Quinn.
Okay. Samus Aran, which was the small blue video game chick from Metroid, versus Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Blue one.
I think Catwoman won that one by one vote. Death, which is the goth chick, as
Goth.
everyone says,
Yeah,
or
Death.
quiet, or quiet.
Death.
Death.
I don't remember.
Quiet's the one from the video game, Metal Gear Solid. I'll show you the picture if you need.
Oh yeah, no, I want Death.
Show me the picture. Show me the two pictures.
Quiet. Quiet. I think I picked
All right.
Quiet on that one.
Hang on. I gotta
Joan
pull it back
Jett.
up. Joan
Oh,
Jett.
that's the Joan Jett one.
Is that the Joan Jett one?
Rock and roll.
Yeah. Okay. No. I want
I'm
Death.
going the Joan Jett one because
Yeah,
the
Death.
other one I still don't like.
Everyone went Death.
Yeah,
Okay.
Death.
So Quiet loses, and then we have Gwen Stacy versus Captain Marvel. Do you guys need
Captain
pictures?
Marvel.
You remember that?
Pictures,
Captain Marvel.
but Captain Marvel.
Yeah, pictures.
Oh my God, you people are horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't
got-
screen grab them.
You got my vote.
I probably
yeah.
should have.
Listen, you should know the characters already. There we go. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
Ugh, the
Gwen-
one on the right.
Captain
Are you kidding?
Marvel. Captain Marvel.
yeah.
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel. Captain Marvel.
Captain
All right.
Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't we kick the other one out already?
No, we did.
Jeez.
Oh wait, did
I
we?
do like the cosplay.
Wait,
better.
did Mary Jane win over Gwen Stacy?
Yes, she
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
Okay,
Mary
all right,
Jane won.
my bad. Then we're gonna switch that. Mary Jane versus Captain Marvel.
Is
I
that
can
the
show
red-haired
pictures
one?
again. That's the red-haired one with the funny
Oh,
position
so-
that
so
isn't
Mary-
physically possible.
Mary Jane.
Mary
against
Jane
Captain
versus
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Mary Jane.
I got a Mary Jane.
I already know your
I don't
finals.
remember.
Hang on, I'll show you Captain Marvel, you old woman. Just pretend you're in your 20s and chicks are kind of cute, and then you can help with our judging there.
Mm. So mean.
There you go. How about
Well,
this?
Mary Jane.
Yeah, I guess Mary Jane.
You see Mary Jane's this is physically impossible to sit like this. Everyone's made that comment. So
Right.
you tried it. If anyone tries to sit like that, it's not. Go ahead, try it now. You can't
No,
do
I
it. I'm
can't
telling
get
you.
up. I have two dogs next to me.
All right, so Mary Jane, let's get that one there. She won over Captain Marvel, which brings us to our final four. What do they call that in March Madness?
Final four.
All right, so we have Harley Quinn versus Catwoman.
You had Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four.
Harley
All
Quinn.
right. Harley Quinn, and we got a Catwoman. Vince, you're
Harley
the tiebreaker.
Harley
Yes,
Quinn.
smart man. Death versus Mary Jane Watson.
Mary Jane.
Death.
Death.
Oh, you guys are
Big
great.
mistake.
This would probably be almost my final two right here. This is it. This is
Big
the
mistake.
finals. Harley Quinn versus Death.
Harley
One at a
Quinn.
time. One at a time. Wait, Vince, go.
Harley Quinn.
Beth.
Harley Quinn.
Vinny.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, Harley Quinn.
I would have picked
Harley-
Mary Jane if she got there.
She didn't make
Yeah.
it. So Harley Quinn, congratulations! You win the sexy character bracket on the Usual Saints. Woohoo! Yay! And the
Maybe
crowd
have
goes
her on next
wild. You mean Margot Robbie? Yeah, I'll
Yes,
reach
I
out
would
to her and see
love
if I
her
can
to
get
be
her
on
on.
this show.
I think that.
Hey, so we could do Tarzan, Margot Robbie, Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Margot Robbie if that's the choices.
Picking Margot Robbie over any guy.
I think
Margot Robbie, Wolf
Alexander
of Wall Street.
Skarsgård wins over any life form.
Yes.
Wow.
Did you see him? Did you
That's-
see him in
that's strong
Godzilla
statement.
versus Kong?
It's like a known truth.
No.
He's in that
No.
film.
Yeah, but that was like this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watched it.
I'm busy
Oh, yeah.
watching Downton Abbey now.
Did you not ever watch Downton Abbey?
No.
Oh my God. You're crazy. All right.
It's great. I love it.
It is good. It's just I can't believe you it took you so long to watch it.
Yeah.
very British.
no.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take another quick break. It's been another 30 minutes, and
Wow.
Vince has about an hour left. I know, right? The time just flies when we're having fun with my sexy character.
Wow. Wow.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Usual Saints.
Was that your March Madness?
That was my March Madness.
Yeah,
So can I actually take a break to go pee?
absolutely.
Sure,
Okay,
go
great.
ahead. We'll take a real break.
It'll
Okay,
be-
bye.
You know, hey, if you wanna help us get
We
some
need to
listeners,
watch
bring the
Charlie's
microphone,
Theory.
not the video, though.
Right, right.
No.
Oh my God. So this is when we get to go do whatever. I guess I can go get a beer. I guess
Have you stopped rolling on YouTube?
No, YouTube just keeps going.
Yeah,
We can talk about
Just keep it going. Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever say anything that we need to, I mean, I can't help it. It's a live stream. I can cut it out of the podcast, but cutting it out of the live stream is a little more difficult.
Nah. No cutting out.
Yeah.
Let it fly.
Peepees?
Hey, now that Alana's not on, we can talk about
gonna
Vinny
take my
and his
dog out real
pillow
quick.
fucking.
I'm taking Reggie
Yeah.
out.
Vince is going.
It's staying Reggie
I already know about it.
out. Sweet.
All right.
And then there were two.
I'm back.
Wow, that's
This is what it's
quick.
been.
I just had to open the door for him. We have a giant dog.
I was saying now that you can hear me. Yeah, that's right. You don't have your headset.
Yeah.
on. I was gonna say we could now that Alana's not listening, we can talk about Vinny's pillow fucking.
Yeah.
Pillow fucking.
Sure.
One of
Sounds like
of
a
our
safe and shit.
My pillows. Sure. My victims.
one of our one of our ongoing jokes. A quote jokes.
Yes.
is
Yes.
Vinny-
Jokes.
Vinny being romantic with his pillows.
Yes,
He
yeah.
he claims that's not totally accurate, but
It's
Do you
not totally
use
accurate.
Suitcases?
hey, Beth's back just in time to hear about your pillow fucking.
Wow.
Oh,
Just in
please.
time.
Can I just say, Charlie with the pillows? Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
New
Nice.
Neutering time can't get here soon enough.
Vinny, you
May-
have something in common with a
May
4-month-old dog.
24th.
I'm gonna shut the
Excellent.
door. I'll be right back.
Awesome.
All right, so we'll just wait for Vince to get back, and then we'll cover some topics. And if there's, I don't really have anything in particular, and since I know Vince kind of wants to avoid politics, as does my wife, we can kind of just talk about
prefer
anything.
to-
But I know
prefer to
everyone wants us to, but it's
Okay,
in the
but
news,
can
and
we-
we talk about current events, pop culture. We can talk
you
about whatever.
guys
Hang on, let me
watch-
bring us back. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. All right, here we go. What the fuck was that? Okay. Welcome back to The Usual Saints. I'm Mike D here with Vinny, Vince, and Beth. Beth, what were you trying to say before I yelled at you?
I wanted to say, I know you want to stay away from politics, and I know that your suggested topics with politics had to do with transgender rights, but I wanted to say, since we're talking about pop culture, have you guys watched the show Pose?
Nope.
What is
Oh
it?
my God, Pose.
Haven't
No.
seen it yet.
It's freaking incredible. And it was the most enlightening thing, like, while not being political about, like the issue, I had no idea, even being from New York, even, growing up, sneaking off to the city in the late 80s, early 90s, I had no idea about like the culture that's depicted in the show, like with ballroom and like the transgender community. It's fascinating. It's phenomenal. And it really does kind of, without like hitting you over the head with it makes you like understand, like I really didn't get, the transgender issue very well. I didn't really understand. And after watching that show, it was like, oh my God, how could I be so stupid? Like, it's so obvious. And I guess also I had just read The World According to Garp, by John Irving, like right
Right.
before watching. And that was a book written in the 70s that had an awesome character that had been a linebacker that was transgender, and it was dealt with so like nonchalantly almost. So
Yeah.
you know, it was, I guess, after first reading that book and then watching Pose, I was like, holy crap, why didn't I understand this before? Like, why didn't I get it? What, you know? So, but it's, you know, I guess it's a show that like guys wouldn't normally gravitate towards, but everyone I know that's watched it that didn't expect to like it is like, holy crap, that was phenomenal. Like, it's really good. And the last season, third and last season is starting May 2nd.
Check that out. Where can we see that?
FX, but I think I watched it on Netflix the first couple seasons.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's something you can get on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's called Pose.
Pose, yeah. And
Pose.
it's
John Lithgow, by the way, played that character that you were talking about in Word of
Oh
Thunder
yeah,
and
see, I
Clark.
didn't see the movie yet.
Oh no.
Yeah, I finally read the book. And John Irving is like one of my favorite authors, but for some reason hadn't read that book, and I read it last year. And
Well, I'm sure
I gotta watch the movie now.
Yeah, I'm sure the book is better than the movie. They usually are, but it's a great movie. Yeah, Robin Williams.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Robin Williams.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
I love John Lithgow too. Oh, he's great.
Yeah, Glenn Close. It's got a pretty
wow.
Pretty good cast. So yeah, and it's a good movie. Well, of course, you read the book, so you know it's a good story. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Just to say a few things. One, I'm offended that you think just because I'm a guy I wouldn't want to watch Pose. But
okay, but like a guy that's like fantasy football, like Marvel movies, that kind of stuff, isn't really going to be like, oh, Patti LuPone is on this week. You know,
I watched Boys Don't Cry.
Right. No. But I mean, like Pose is like, you know, Billy Porter, and there's Patti LuPone does a couple of Sondheim tunes in there. Like, you know what I mean? But it's not about that. That's just like a couple episodes. It's more about, you know, kids that are different growing up in places like Allentown, Pennsylvania, and not being, basically their parents would rather them be dead, you know, and escaping to New York City and living in this underground culture when New York City in the 80s was like the most dangerous place in the universe. And they find new families, like based with like a mother of the house, like, and it's a transgender woman, and she has her children, and she really takes care of all these kids that were just thrown away, you know, and there are different houses and they compete in a place called Ballroom. And it's so fascinating, and it's all true. It all happened. Like they're all based on real characters that existed in the, you know, 80s in New York under the scourge of AIDS and everything. It's phenomenal.
Sounds like something I'd like to check
that
out.
existed.
What's that?
Real people that existed, not real characters.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, right. But you know what? The funny thing is they do make themselves characters, because like they take on names like Electra Abundance, like that's her name, you know, and that's her persona. And they're larger than life. They really are. And I guess they had to be to survive. Like, and it's so good. So good.
Vince has a character name too. On the weekends, he's a lot of vagina at some clubs. So
Yeah. Right.
that's an Austin Powers reference for anyone who
Oh,
listens.
God.
And second thing that offended me that you talked about was, what's a book?
Did I mention
What's a
I'm a
book,
librarian? Did I mention
Yeah,
I'm a
really.
librarian?
Look,
Jeez.
I got some graphic novels and real books behind me. You just can't see.
Hey, I have 3 giant shelves out of the 9 in my library are graphic novels.
See, I have some graphic novels that you guys would or that you like. That they look. Blankets is really good. That's
Yeah,
kind of a
that's supposed to be phenomenal.
yeah. I got Persepolis. I got a
Yeah,
bunch of
that's
stuff,
another good one.
So I mean, while we're on that topic, I mean, we can cover it, and I know we're not going to go too long on it. The only reason I say we try to avoid politics is just because Heather harps on me about it, but I don't really give a fuck. Well, if it's relevant, it's relevant. It's what we got to talk about. But Heather's like one of our only listeners, so.
Hi, Heather.
That can't be true.
Come on.
No, I mean, no,
You got a
listen.
listener too. My girlfriend listens too.
Oh, good.
She was watching.
No, we got like 800 listens on the 18 episode. This will be 19, but you know, I just don't know those people because they're on the Facebook group, and everyone, by the way, join the Facebook page and the Facebook group and all our social media and everything and share it. But you know, if I don't know who they are, I don't know who they are. Like, just because you join a page doesn't mean you listen. So I know Heather listens because we discuss it afterwards. So
800 combined.
Right.
What'd you say, Vince?
800 combined.
Yeah, 800 total plays for the episode. So I don't know how Anchor determines that, and I don't know if they take into account like other ones that they can't measure, like they can't measure Pandora and things like that, which I put myself on. So, but I mean, back to that, the trans thing, like Arkansas bans healthcare for trans kids. I mean, the governor, I guess, was going to veto it or did veto it, and then the Congress in Arkansas said, "Hey, fuck you, Governor. We're going to pass it anyway," because they had the votes, and so they overrode his veto, and so that's just the first state. I mean, I think 40 something states are in the process of, including Florida, where I live, are trying to pass some kind of anti-trans bill, whether it's under 18 you can't get health care, stuff like that. And I just think that's ridiculous. I mean, these trans kids, the stuff they go through. I read a meme, and what basically someone on Twitter putting stuff like calling a trans person by their chosen name is suicide prevention. All this stuff they listed it like different things as suicide prevention because there's such a high rate of suicide among trans people. And so just the fact that these pricks in various state governments and it's not federal government right now, but I mean, why would anyone want to harm someone else mentally or physically by passing something that would harm their well-being? I just don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, at the level of healthcare, it's disgusting. I mean, how do you prevent anyone? Who cares? Who cares what's going on or what the reason? How do you prevent anyone purposely, from getting healthcare? And how can you justify that at all? Like, that's ridiculous. Right. Now, about the debate about sports, well, maybe that's a little more nuanced, Right. But healthcare, come on.
Yeah. When it comes to sports, hey, I saw someone famous the other day said, "Let them play." I mean, I don't care. But I think it's more applicable to the former males who are transitioning to females, because the females think they have, I don't know if it's more muscles or some testosterone or something, higher levels of that. And I don't even know any athletes that actually have said anything about this. I haven't done a lot of research in it, but I feel like it's just the people who are anti that and super, super conservative. Totally. And they're just like, "Oh no, that's bad. That's
Stop
a
this.
man
Look
trying
at
to
this."
come." Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just
fair to the women who are playing the sports, who are going to have their potential, let's not even look professional sports, just high school. They could have their, college, whatever, not tuition. What do they call that?
Scholarship.
Yeah, scholarship taken away because they're getting torched by someone who's far faster, who's saying they're,
But I don't know how much of an issue that really actually is. I think it's more.
I feel like maybe there should be a whole nother trans sports team if there's enough of them.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, I don't really think.
To me, it's unfair to the women. And for the healthcare, everyone should have.
Right.
Everybody should.
Anyone that's a kid should have healthcare.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, totally. I think, Vince, to your point, like, if someone's good enough, even if someone on the team is better than them, if they're still good, I think they would still get scholarships. So I don't think that holds a lot of water. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, they might be second best on the team if a trans kid is really great and better than them, but wouldn't that happen if they were playing a man's kid?
I feel like you work your whole growing up and you're number one, and then all of a sudden this, macho man looking, built person comes in and you get torched, and it's just
right. But
to me, it's unfair to the girls. That's just my opinion.
All right, but to me, I feel like I could totally be talking, out of my ass here. But having played soccer at a super high level, right, and knowing how much training goes into it and how it's all consuming in your life, and also having read a little bit about, it's not like I know the transgender experience, but having read a little bit about it, that's kind of all consuming when you're an adolescent. Also, I can't imagine the two things happening at the same time and somebody still being able to perform at the level. Like, I don't know how much of an incidence this actually is. I really think it's more about fear.
I just can't imagine there's enough trans people wanting to play on, women's sports teams, or You know,
Exactly. That's the point.
Right.
Could you
That's what
imagine
I
one of them
mean.
wanting to play in the NFL? The opposite, you know,
I'm
Yeah,
all
no,
for
I
it.
feel
you're
like
for that. There
Yeah.
would be so much BS called out for him or her getting laid out on the field. It would not even be close.
I'll take any
You have a
trans
field goal
man on the
kicker, so-
Steelers if they're a great football player.
Well, I mean, you need someone since you have Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, exactly.
but what I mean is I feel like, you know, when people are like, say, going for college scholarships or something, that age, if you're that level athlete, like scholarships are not all that common for sports. Like, and if you're that level athlete, I can't imagine that you'd be also have finished your transition already and still been able to compete as much as you have to get to that level. Like, I can't imagine that this happens that often, that this is actually an issue. I think it's
No.
about scaring people into, you know, passing laws that hurt trans people.
Exactly. I mean, if you look at the, you know, I see a lot of stuff on Facebook, like there are these like 10-year-old trans kids, but and I think most of those cases, it's more of a kid who have parents who are accepting and willing, and they're not starting the transition, as far as I can tell. It's more they're allowing them to live more as a boy or a girl, and you know, whether it's growing hair long or short or what, dress differently, that's the different case. I think it's very rare. Like Howard Stern talks a lot about this I Am Jazz show where there's a younger teenager, I think she's 15, 16, something like that, and she's been trans for several years, and her parents have actually started the transition process. So she's already got numerous surgeries, I think, for, you know, breast implants or augmentation or hormones and all that kind of stuff.
Out when he talks about that.
Yeah. Yes. So I mean, it's very, like you said, it's very few and far between that I think an actual case like that would actually come up. But the fear mongering that comes up to make everyone like, oh, that sounds horrible.
Can't have that.
Let's do that. Yeah. So,
I wouldn't want it on if I had a daughter, my daughter's team. That's just me.
I have a daughter. I don't give a shit, but that's
I know you don't. I'm well aware you don't care.
All right. Let's move on unless anyone else has anything relevant. Vinny, last week, Jeremy and I kind of covered is that your topic? The Lil Nas X and the Satan shoes and all that shit. Did you put that on there?
No, fuck no.
No, you had to. I don't think it was me.
I'd like to know where that blood's coming from.
I have no idea what. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that pertains to.
They made a Satan shoe that has a couple of drops of human blood in it, supposedly. And they're selling them for, I think they made 666 of them.
Oh,
what kind of shoe?
Great number.
Nike, I think, took them all back or something, had to have them shipped back to them.
Yeah, no. So Lil Nas X put out his new song. I think it's called Montecito or something like
Terrible,
that.
By the way, yes.
It's whatever. It's different. I'm not a huge fan, but whatever.
No.
So he put out this video with him, like, I don't know if he was like doing something with an angel or something, and then he gets sent down to hell with the devil, and then he starts twerking on the devil, and the devil's like, oh, and like, you know, all this shit's going on. And so like everyone's obviously up in arms because A, Lil Nas X is gay, and that's not acceptable for anyone who wants to rail against this. B, he's twerking on another man, which of course is not acceptable. And it's this black man twerking on Satan, and that's just, oh, the religious implications. And then so he decides to go ahead and put out a shoe called, I think, a Satan shoe, and I don't even know. I think it was only on social media or something. And so I think there was like a Nike swoosh on there, but it wasn't put out by Nike. And Nike had to sue them.
They are Nike sneakers. Nike's produced that shoe, but someone else produced that design and everything on it. I think the big thing though with it wasn't that it's a Satan shoe. I think it's that it had human blood. You know, I don't know real or not, but they were marketing it as 666 of them with human blood in it.
That's fantastic.
I could pull up a picture.
Who are the marketing wizards that came up with that one?
But this is isn't this just PR? Isn't this just how he's promoting his music? Like,
probably, yeah. So now everybody's going to go buy his album. Everybody's going to go buy it to see what they're talking about.
Right.
You know, or Mike, you said there's a video.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now. I'm seeing if we could play any of it, but yeah.
and who's on
it? The Satan shoes.
Not, they're hideous.
They are absolutely. Well, most Nikes are.
Unreal.
Here you go. You see it? So let's see.
Yeah, I
let's
see
see if let's see if I could skip through it. There's Lil Nas X. He's playing his guitar. Oh, see the snake and the whole biblical thing.
Christ.
That's what everyone got up in arms about too.
Oh, come
So-
on.
Give me a
He gets,
break.
he goes to hell or
Seriously.
something.
He's in hell. What is he doing?
Not yet.
Oh, he's not yet.
No,
Okay.
Now there he is again. You know, obviously very different. So people have a problem with Lil Nas X like that. But
Lil
let's see.
Nas X. Huh?
Let's go down. Oh, he's going down the pole to see Satan.
All right.
Damn, that's a move right there.
Let's remember in his last video, he was a country music person.
Oh my
He's
god.
still. I think he still is. Listen, he can be multi.
Hardly
genre
country.
person.
You ain't gonna see that motherfucker in Nashville anytime soon.
Not even in this lifetime.
There's no way he's going to Nashville.
Not
not
after
gonna
this
do it.
video.
He's not going to do a double billing with Hootie.
No. Hootie's done.
Hootie actually sounds good.
Hootie? Hootie's
I was
still
just-
around?
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
they put
yeah.
they put out a new album last year. The year before, it actually wasn't so bad. But
His country
Really?
music's pretty good.
So he
Yeah.
killed Satan and he took Satan's horn. What a piece of shit. Jesus
It's a
Christ.
complete waste of time.
Come on,
I was
man.
I was pulling up the. Can you guys see the Satan shoes
Yeah.
Pull it up a little higher because the blood's supposed to be in this bottom part.
right here? Yeah.
I
Those
would
aren't
actually want to
very
know where
good
the blood's
looking
from.
sneakers, but other than that, I don't have a problem with
No.
any of it.
So now they're $1,000. $1,000 fucking dollars. Are you kidding me?
It says sold for more than that, so I don't know if someone was just selling it and
Jesus,
making
that's
a
just
profit or
fucking
whatnot.
ridiculous.
Yeah, whatever. It's whatever it is. Bad Trip. I guess me and Vinny, you saw it. Yeah, me and Vinny talked
Me
about
and
it already.
you,
You guys
me
haven't
and you,
seen it.
yeah.
It's a
No.
funny movie. It's a funny movie on Netflix with Eric Andre. It's like a prank movie. I suggest
He goes
watching
to
it
the
if you
zoo.
have time. Yes, he definitely
Yeah,
goes to the
it's pretty
zoo.
funny. It's pretty funny.
He's
So I
pretty
don't want to
funny.
ruin it. Yeah, Eric Andre's hilarious. You got to watch his
It's
show
pretty
if you
funny.
don't. It's
He
11
was on
minutes
2.5
long.
Men. Or not 2.5
Yeah.
Men. He was on Two Broke Girls.
No, never watched it.
I just saw him on the internship. He had a bit part in that.
What's the internship?
The one
The
with,
one with Robert De Niro or something?
No. That's the intern. This one
Ah,
is
right.
the one with what's his face? Why can't I think of their fucking names right now?
I have no idea,
Um,
but I've never heard of it.
Seriously, man, I got Owen Wilson, and what's his face?
Brain farts. It's what happens
got
when you
it-
turn
His
70.
fucking face is in my head, man. I can't say his name.
All right, well, let's move on. If you think
Fucking
about that,
weird.
that's fine. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson because that's going to get old before it gets any newer.
It's already
So
old.
Beth, I know, but Bethy doesn't know anything about Deshaun Watson, so let's inform her. Deshaun Watson is an NFL quarterback for the Houston Texans who wanted to trade and get out of the city and go to a different team. However, after he tried to get traded and no one wanted, and the team didn't want to trade him. Go ahead.
Let's also add in he just got a massive contract.
Yeah. All of a sudden, 21 or 22 masseuses came forward saying, he contacted us on Instagram, said he wanted a massage. I went to massage him, and then he wound up putting my hands on his penis or more inappropriate sexual contact. So that's all civil stuff now. There's nothing criminal yet, I don't think. But he's kind of a liability to the Texans now. I don't think he's ever going to get traded. I don't think he's going to be brought back next season. We'll see what happens. But this is kind of one of those things where, it's, and I'm not just saying it's just me too, but this is where we have to go and you have to have validity in what people are saying until it is either disproven or proven. That's just what you have to believe. Hopefully someone is telling the truth. Like I discussed with Allen versus Pharaoh, Vinny, we have to believe someone's telling truth if there's enough evidence, if they seem like they're legit. If you have 22 people coming forward, that's a lot of people to say that it's not happening.
I know one of them just dropped their case. Not
Yeah.
that matters because there's still like 16 more.
Right.
But if you're going to do something like that or need to do something like that, I guess go to like Vegas or Bunny Ranch or something.
Yeah, right. Vince Vaughn. God damn it, Vince Vaughn. Owen
Well,
Wilson and
funny.
Vince Vaughn.
Finally comes back.
That's it.
Beth, you're still up. Beth, you're on mute. I don't know if you know that, but you
Sorry.
finally came through with the movie title 20 minutes later. Thanks for
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
If
Go ahead.
if you're gonna if he is a predator, okay, if he is and he did these things, it's most of the time it's not actually about sex, it's about power. So you wouldn't just go to Vegas and do it. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I know.
So, you know, I don't know.
That would make too much sense.
Yeah.
I just think he's too much. I mean, like I said, not that you have to know anything about it, Beth, but I mean, with everyone coming forward, even if the Texans have as bad of a leadership and ownership as JJ Watt and others say by getting the hell out of Houston off the team, even though they love Houston as a city, I don't see how he's kept around next season. I just don't see how they do it. But maybe
every other star has already left that team, including JJ Watt. So
yeah,
Right.
I know.
but remember, what was it, Ray Rice, or who was the one that beat his girlfriend in the elevator in Atlantic City?
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, yeah.
And then you got Ray Lewis, who may or
Murdered.
may not have done something.
Snapped his buddy.
Yeah.
They were back in the league. And the Jets always need a quarterback.
Ray Rice never came back. I don't think
he
from
never
that
came
suspension.
back.
Yeah, no, Ray Rice is gone. He was
he's
dropped
gone.
by the Ravens and he never came back. Ray Lewis, I don't know much about that. My dad insists that he's a murderer, manslaughter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he was acquitted or whatever the fuck it was.
He's a
So
Super
I don't
Bowl
know.
champion.
Yeah, so,
Right.
I think he was a good player, but that goes back to the separating the
Yeah, he was a good player.
professional from the profession. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
Deshaun Watson will always have a job in the NFL if he plays at that level, in my opinion.
I just
Not
know
on
I
the
probably.
Chiefs or Eagles, though.
I don't think I'm going to pick him up in fantasy next year because I'm pretty sure he won't be hanging around for the whole year.
Watch for either the Jets or the Raiders to pick him up.
The Jets traded off Darnold to Carolina for a good number of picks. Maybe they'll get a quarterback in the draft. We'll see. Vince, Beth's going to tune out at this point. She's going to put her phone down. I know you wanted to talk about the draft. I'm not a draft guy. I know the Steelers have a lot of needs. I don't pay attention to the draft, though. I never watch it live. I see who they pick, and I'm like, oh, good. We got a quarterback that seems like he's got something. Or, oh, a linebacker, another one. Great. Okay, fine. What is there anything specifically you wanted to talk about? Anyone you think your teams need or want, or any particular reason you brought it up?
No, it's just it's happening in the next, within the next 2 weeks, and it's relevant to that world of people.
Absolutely.
I mean, as a Chiefs and Eagles fan, we have our quarterbacks, and the Eagles just need some wide receivers. So
yeah, Steelers need to rebuild their offensive line. Everybody's old. Everybody's getting hurt.
They also need a good backup quarterback to start after this season.
They need to get somebody in there. Start
not named Duck.
Yeah, exactly.
Duck's gone, bro.
Yeah, he's out.
I think Dwayne Haskins is going to get the number 2 spot if he can keep himself straight. If they can nail into his head, hey, motherfucker, you need to get right, or we're going to drop you.
Exactly.
Or then there's what's his name, Mason Rudolph, but he's not going to be. I'm muted.
Oh, fucking
he's
Rudolph.
not going to be.
He's not a starter.
Don't say that name in front of me, please.
No, I mean, but they still. I don't know why they keep him around. He's just, I guess, backup collateral. I don't know.
I guess. I mean,
I guess the big thing in the draft is the number 1 selection is going to go to Jacksonville in state, well, at least in our state.
Right.
And it's going to be who, since he came into college, people knew 2021. You couldn't pick 2019, 2020, 2021. You couldn't really pick who was going to be the definitive number 1 pick, but you knew 2021, Trevor Lawrence was going to go number 1, and he's going to. I'm curious how good he's going to be with a coach, the most winningest coach in all of sports.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell. I mean,
they have a lot of picks.
Who's the coach up there now? Urban Meyer?
That was my thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Urban Meyer has the most wins out of, I think, any coach.
Yeah, I don't follow college, but sure, cool, okay, that's good. He was in Ohio State and Gators, right, for a while. So
Gators, yes, won a championship with Tebow.
All right. So that's the draft. It's happening, and I think next weekend. So same as Oscar weekend. All right, look forward.
I think it starts on a Thursday.
Yeah, it starts on a Thursday.
So that'd be next week, probably.
Yeah, I think it is.
let's take our probably last break here, and then we'll come back and we'll finish up the show.
Yeah, I need a
you've been
break. My ass is falling asleep. I need a break.
This couch is warm.
You've been listening to Usual Saints. We'll be right back. I always stop before we do the after talk. I really too quick on the trigger, but that's okay. All right, welcome back to Usual Saints. I'm Mike D here with Vinnie, Vince, and Beth, and we are doing our last quarter of this show.
I want to know what Beth's doing. Is Beth getting her steps in today? Or what's going on?
Oh yeah. So
go
tour? Ahead.
Did we go on a tour?
By the way, I muted you because you're loud, but that's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, I took the dog out. I'm trying.
Oh, okay.
He's very, very. Now he's barking.
There it is.
I'm trying to keep him quiet and occupied, but he's getting antsy. He wants me to get off this crazy thing.
Give him some value. Do you want to talk about your new thing at all?
Oh no, it's embarrassing.
Let's just say she's doing a health thing now, and so I was wondering if she was doing the steps like you said she does. The other day she posted a screenshot of like 17,000 steps. I'm like, that's about 16,500.
17,000. I don't even drive 17,000 steps.
That was a week and a day ago, and I think that was like a very freak occurrence, and I couldn't believe it. I looked at my phone, I was like 17,000 steps. What?
Wow, that's good.
I get my most steps at Disney.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I did want to make sure I covered this week because it was sad for me, and I don't know her from a lot of other stuff, but I saw that she passed away. Helen McCrory, she plays the aunt Polly on Peaky Blinders. I don't know if you guys watch that show. It's an amazing
Oh my gosh,
show.
she died?
Yeah. She died. She was only 52. She died. She had cancer. I didn't even know that.
Oh
no.
Yeah. And they not that this matters because obviously someone dying is more important, but they were either in the middle of or had already finished filming the final season, and they were going to do like movies in the future. So, I mean, obviously all that is for her character, at least, is, gone, debatable. Which sucks because she was a really great character. I mean,
she was kind of the best character on the show.
Well, to each his own. Like I loved her in the scenes she was in, but there was like some of the arcs they had her go on. I'm like, I really didn't need that part.
Right.
But the way the last season ended, obviously I think she's going to play a big part in the next season. But so I hope they got what they needed from her, just from a selfish point, and that's horrible for me to say, but I want to see the character and what she has to do in the show, and I hope she was not suffering too much when she was filming it. She was married. Yeah, she's married to Damian Lewis. He was on Homeland. Did you guys watch Homeland?
No.
The first season or two. Oh, that was
Wait,
a great
the
show.
redhead, Damian Lewis.
Yes.
Oh, that's one of Rafe's favorite actors.
Yeah, Rafe is her fiance, by the way.
Yeah.
I had no idea they were married. Like, I don't know, for some reason. And this will sound horrible or maybe sexist or ageist. I don't know. I thought Helen was a lot older.
I did too.
And I always think of Damian Lewis as this young guy, even though I'm 41 now. I think of him in his 40s or something like that. Not that that's such a crazy difference. And nowadays you're an adult, whatever. But I had no idea they were married. And he's the one who put the information out on social media the other day. So I was really, really sad to hear that. She was also she was also in some of the Harry Potter movies. She played one of the Malfoys.
Picture to pull up?
Right. Yeah, sure. I'll pull it up. Make me do some Googling, motherfucker. Right.
I've never seen the show.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Probably one of the strangest names I've.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the peak caps that they wear in Ireland and England, like newspaper boy caps.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So there's something about their peak caps that explains their name.
She is in Harry Potter.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I mean, it just sucks. Like we always do RIPs for celebrities that we know, and even if they're old. I mean, I guess speaking in that same vein, I mean, Prince Philip's funeral happened today. I'm not really into all that. I don't think a monarchy is really anything that's needed anymore, but the British people love it. So
the only thing interesting I thought about him was he designed the car that he was going to be, I guess, driven in after he died. That's interesting.
Wow.
Well, You have a lot of time
Why
to
not?
kill while you're just sitting around pretending to be a duke or
When
prince,
you literally
and, living
You
off the
literally do
public
nothing
tea.
your entire life.
Yeah,
Now, how
exactly.
is he just a Prince Philip if
Ah,
she's the queen?
so therein lies the question. I guess you've never watched The Crown, right?
Absolutely.
Crown
I
is a
have zero
great
interest
show.
in British
Yeah.
anything, really.
No, The Crown is good. Like Beth says, it's a good fictionalized version of the show because they have to say it's fictionalized because they can't. The British monarchy would never admit that any of these details are true, but they come from somewhere. So they were cousins of some sort, second, third, first. I have no idea. Queen or Elizabeth and Philip get married. She was just princess at the time. Her dad dies. She becomes queen. I think he's still prince at that point, but he has no like other titles, like anything like that. He might not even been prince. He might have just been husband of Queen Elizabeth. And so that's my thought of, exactly. Like I think of history. I'm like, there's always a queen and a king. Like in Spain, you got whatever, the Ferdinand and whatever, Isabella or whatever it was.
So who will be the
They're
king
always,
now?
well, it'll be
Charles.
Queen Elizabeth is still queen. There's no
Yeah.
need for a king.
But she goes away, it'll be
yes.
Charles.
So when
Elizabeth-
she passes, it'll be Charles. Okay.
Yeah, she's 95. Queen.
Unless he goes
Prince,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
If he goes first, then Prince William would be the king.
Prince
So
William.
it's
How
just
old is he?
he's about my
40s.
age, 40.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's,
not the redhead with the.
No,
that's
that's
Harry.
Harry.
No, it's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the interesting thing that happened there, because apparently there was some kind of strife between William and Harry, the brothers, the sons of Princess Diana, and
Yes,
I guess
yeah.
they left the funeral today, not hand in hand or anything, but they were chatting with each other. They seemed amicable.
Yeah.
So hopefully they patched that up because, you want to make sure, even if I'm
Wanna
hoping
make sure-
he wasn't.
Want to make sure People Magazine has something to write about.
Not true.
Basically.
I mean, I'm, who knows, because Meghan Markle came out with all that racist stuff, and the Queen and Prince Philip were quick to say, "Whoa, that's not us."
Yeah, easy.
Well, actually, Harry said it wasn't his grandmother, or I don't know if he said it wasn't Philip, but he said it wasn't my grandmother.
Right.
Yeah, I think he said it wasn't grandmother or grandfather.
Girl on TikTok, I find it interesting that I think, what is it, every day at 4 p.m., everyone stops what they're doing and has a cup of tea.
What are you talking about?
That's what she was saying. Everything stops over there.
They have tea. Yeah. They have their
Oh.
afternoon tea.
I have no idea. I've never been.
Now you've learned something new. I'm not
Thanks,
playing
buddy.
anything, but you've learned
Well, thanks for that.
something very ripped you right in.
I want to, I guess, because it's going to get old, and it already is old, as Vince likes to point out. But sometimes we don't get around to everything. Like Vinnie knows, we'll talk about something and go off on a tangent for an hour, and then we'll come back and be like a few weeks later, "Hey, we never talked about this."
Right.
So let's talk about, well, since we covered the trans stuff earlier, the NCAA pulling their events from states with anti-trans laws. I love that. I think
NCAA?
that,
Love it.
yeah.
Or the MLB.
No, NCAA. MLB is a separate thing for the voting issue in Georgia.
Yeah.
NCAA put out a statement saying if you pass, or I don't know if you're in a process, I think you have to actually pass it. If you pass an anti-trans law, we're going to pull our events from your state. You're fucked. You're not going to get all that money.
Damn
and
right.
So we'll see if that actually affects any states. I don't think it's made any effect yet. But like I said, like that goes, and that's going to lead us into our next topic. But I want to see if you guys had anything. Obviously, Beth and Vinnie seem on board with that.
Obviously, I
I'm okay with
have an
it.
opinion, but we'll keep going.
Vince, what's your opinion? We're not trying to rush through everything. We always get to everything else.
Oh,
Go
I know you're
ahead.
not trying to rush through.
This is a show for opinions. If you want,
I think, and this is my opinion, and I'll get ridiculed forever. It's always been my opinion, long before Trump, anything like that. Politics, sports, two different things. To me, you're getting paid to play sports. You're not getting paid to do anything political. And that's just my opinion. I think it should be two separate things.
But they're still going to play sports. They're just not going to play it in the states where they have horrible
You're going to be
transphobic
hurting
laws.
those. You're going to be hurting those teams that actually have to play there.
Nah, they'll just drive. Put it if it's in Arkansas. Put it. What's a liberal state around there? I don't know.
So if Alabama
there's nothing in the middle.
so if Alabama Crimson Tide, what are they going to do to hurt them?
Those insane people would drive all the way to New York or Maine or anything, Alaska or Hawaii. You can't even drive to Hawaii. They would go there if they had to go watch a game. Those
These would be
Crimson
two
Tide
separate
fans.
things, in my opinion.
But like I said, that has nothing.
I'm not anti-trans. I'm just saying, my opinion,
but
two separate things.
But isn't this just business? This isn't the players. This is the head
Yeah.
honchos.
It's the league. It's like
of the league.
It's like
So
the.
if the local politicians are not serving the constituents in a way that pleases the local businesses, they leave. That's capitalism. That's not politics versus sports. If we in New York, if we decide to charge the landlords more property taxes, they leave. If your government does something you don't like and you feel like taking your business somewhere else, you have every right to do that. That's like,
They definitely have every right to do it. I just feel like it should be two separate things, in my opinion. It's hurting the teams that are play in those states. It's like the MLB
but it's all about money.
going to
anyway.
Colorado, which is hilarious to me.
Mm.
But it's all about the bottom line. It's all about money. So if they're going to say, we don't like what you're doing, you want our money, you better do what we like. And it's not.
Well, I feel like it's going to wind up like Coke, where they're going to start wanting people back because they're losing business.
Oh, how did we get on drugs all of a sudden, Vince? Like, I've never done Coke, so I don't know, but
Well, you should probably start. It's good for you.
Yeah.
We used to have Coca-Cola syrup for your throat.
Yeah. I'm getting tired. I'm going to go do a couple lines right now.
You can just do it on the podcast.
I'm going to go do a shoelace so I can keep going.
Cut up some Parmesan cheese.
What
There
the
you go.
fuck is a shoelace?
Shoelace. Nice thick line of Coke. Don't you know nothing?
Oh my God.
I've never heard of that, bro.
I've never heard that either.
Wow.
I've heard
Is
bumps.
that a real term?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go do a shoelace,
Vinny,
man.
oh, you got to see pictures of Vinny back in like the 70s and 80s. Now I know he's got that ruffled collar shirt or whatever. He was doing those shoelaces.
It's a thick
I knew the terms, I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, man. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The ship was floating to
Okay.
the shore, for
It is
Christ's sake.
definitely, that's true.
So,
that leads us to this, like, we're staying on sports and politics. MLB All-Star Game being moved from Georgia to Colorado because of the new voting laws that the fucking prick Georgia governor suggests that put in place. He wouldn't even answer the door for that state representative when she lightly knocked on the door, and the police arrested her for that. Oh,
Right.
Bethy's gone. We'll see if she comes. Oh, there she is.
There she is.
That was insane. I'm a fan of it. Why did you say that, Vince, about how it's hilarious it's going to Colorado? Tell me.
I just feel like it's funny they're moving to a state with much less black people. So they're taking all of the money, not all of the money, but they're taking money away from a city that could not only use it, but have it go toward their cause, I guess, that they're moving it for. Also, the commissioner of the MLB should probably pull his Augusta national membership if he's that interested in politics.
Yeah.
I've heard that too.
Again,
no, I mean I've heard that too, and I agree. I think if he was serious, he would pull his Augusta Golf Club membership. I don't care.
Yeah,
enough,
that shit ain't happening. He ain't losing that. No way.
I feel bad for the people that live in that area because, again, it's far more diverse than where they moved it to.
Well,
Yeah.
Vinny literally lives there. Vinny, what's your
I live
opinion
there.
on the
I live in
Atlanta thing?
Atlanta. Yeah. No, I don't give a shit. I'm not a political person, so whatever. A lot of these things you talk about on here, politically. This is the first time I hear them. Is when I listen to you guys. Because I don't give a shit, man. I mean,
Every day,
I'm not a political person. I'm not a big politics fan. I think everybody's out to fuck somebody else. So I kind of stay away from it. I shy away from those things, and I don't watch the news. I don't tap into CNN to see what's happening with
not watching the news
in
is
Washington.
the greatest thing you could do.
So, I hear some shit. I hear some shit on TV once in a while, and I have opinions about it and stuff. But it's just, I'm so tired of the political thing, man. It's just, I'm trumped out. I'm all about, moving on. I was never really interested in politics my whole life, and politics never really determined what happened in my life. If somebody's on my front door talking shit about something, then I'll deal with it. But if I can look the other way and whatever, I'm not about not helping people. If things help people, yes, I believe in that. But I don't think government is really that involved in helping people. You know what I mean? I mean,
your local people are the most important people to
exactly.
vote for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Local people are the most important people to vote for.
Thank God I'm
And
not
a lot
a
of
lady.
people around here don't vote for local people.
But voting being so important, the whole point is that what they're doing in Georgia is trying to prevent people from exercising their basic right as an American.
Exactly.
So that's why it's so appalling, and that's why they're doing these things. And maybe it's weird that they picked Colorado. Maybe they should have picked a different place. But
I enjoy that. Then pick Colorado.
Detroit. Pick Detroit.
But I mean,
Go to
Detroit would be the obvious one.
Yeah,
To pick
sure.
if that's your cause.
Yeah, exactly.
But what they're doing is horrible. Horrible.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, that leads us to that. We've already covered that with Kemp. Like I said, I call him fucking prick, but whatever. He's a douchebag.
He's a bit of an ass. Yeah.
What's that?
He's an ass.
Brian, isn't his name Brian Kemp?
Yeah, Brian
He's the
Kemp,
governor of Georgia.
Right.
So we talked about already him doing passing the bill where it's I think it's a misdemeanor, felony. I don't know. You can't give things to people in line. And Jeremy tried to sell us on the point that it was within the 150 feet, 125 feet of within the polling place. I don't think that's true because that's everywhere already. I think it's if you're in a line, I think, and I haven't done any more research, so I could be wrong, and someone can call me out on it. I think it's anyone online. What's that?
This is the Uber Eats thing that you mentioned.
Yes, yeah. So the governor, because everyone's saying, "Oh, well, you're basically saying we can't give food and water to people in line. We're going to get arrested for that." He's like, "Oh, well, they can just order Uber Eats or order a pizza." Like, fuck you, dude.
I know.
That's pretty much
the fucking. He's an ass, man. He really is.
What an asshole. The whole point is that where there are long lines to vote are poor, disenfranchised people where they live.
Exactly.
So they don't have the money to get Uber Eats or order a pizza or anything. Can I just, when my little suburban Long Island, North Shore area, I walk in, I vote, I walk out. I've never waited on a line in my life.
Right.
The places where there are lines are where people do not have money to do anything like that.
And that's exactly it. And, you get all the states.
Don't worry about it. It's just like listening to Mike anyway. So
fuck you. What the fuck? No, that's exactly the point. Like I told everyone, last year I did mail-in voting for the first time and I loved it. It was so easy. And people are like Jeremy's big thing is, how can you tell it's the person who voted or who we sent it to? I said, Heather sent hers in. Her signature was a little bit different. They sent something back saying, hey, we'll accept it, but you have to update your signature on file. Otherwise, we're not taking any more of your stuff. And that was for the primary election. So we had it fixed immediately. And by the general election, we never had that problem again.
I personally enjoy the feeling of going in person.
Going to the polls. So.
But that's long before Trump. It's just how I've always liked voting. But, I know
but you wouldn't like it if
early
you had
voting
to wait
and
online
mail-in
for 7 hours, right?
What'd you say? I'm sorry. Not really. No.
You wouldn't like it if you had to wait online for 7 hours. But people in these districts, these people in Georgia actually did that. But they actually did it. That's how badly they wanted to vote. They waited for 7 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there should be more polling locations.
Exactly, but that's the point.
That's up to the Republican states that are not putting more polling places.
And they're not going to put a polling place in a black area that's going to go Democrat.
Right.
Exactly.
They won't do it.
And that's the dilemma. That's the whole dilemma right there. So
yeah.
I mean, even here in Vero Beach, we had like 20 something polling places at one time. Or no, we had 40 something. They've cut it down to 20 or 19 for the last election. And it made it, but for like Gifford, which is the more urban area of Vero Beach, and it's where the predominant population is black, I think there's like one voting area, and so like it's not a huge issue. There's not hours and hours of waiting, but
more and more people over the years though have been doing early voting and all that other stuff.
And I think that definitely helps. And that's one of the things the governor in Georgia is trying to sell it on is like, hey, we added 2 days of early voting, which is great. Yeah. I would never go back on a general election or a primary. I would never go back on the day of voting unless I totally forgot to early vote by mail or anything else. That's the only reason I would ever go, because I hate waiting in line. Because I've waited in line here in Vero Beach. It's a small town of 100-something thousand in the county or something like that. And I've waited in line for 20 minutes. I feel inconvenienced. Imagine,
Longest
like she said, waiting 7 hours.
I've waited an hour.
Well, that's Orlando, right? Or Jersey even. So
Orlando, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, it gets crazy, you know, but it's a real shitty thing. Like, why try to make it more difficult? It's because they want their candidates to win, and they want the
as soon as Warnock and Ossoff won, the Republicans are like, we got to fix this shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I still can't believe, I know we did a show on it. I can't believe we did a whole thing at the end of the show, even though it was me, Vinnie, and Jeremy. Was Saint there? I don't even know. And I was like, we tried to like stay on like center ground. And at the end of the show, I'm like, fuck that. You go vote for Warnock and you vote for the other.
Right.
And hey, it happened. I'm just totally shocked that it went that way, but I'm happy. Yeah. So, all right. So we're in our final little spread here. Anything else that anyone wants to chat about that's on the topic list, off the topic list, that we need to cover that may be topical, relevant, or that you just want to get off your chest before we have to kick Vince to bed here?
I don't really have anything.
Me neither. I'm good.
Well, I wanted to talk to.
It's just like having Jeremy here.
Show was going great till the politics started.
I know. That's how we listen. It's not all politics.
It was happy, and then it took a dive.
Well,
yeah,
listen,
we've been doing that lately. We have been, you know, starting to coming out of the gate, you know, funny, haha, and then all of a sudden, you know, all these other topics come up. I mean, not that they shouldn't be talked about.
No.
But, you know, if we're on a funny rant, let's just go with funny all day.
Oh yeah, and that's what I told these two before I, you know, recruited them to be on the show today. I'm like, we try to find the humorous bent and everything, but it's not always possible. But we still do our best to try to at least joke about it or have fun with it.
And it's not even tonight. I'm not saying anything about you know, Vince and Beth, you know, bringing up topics. We do that all the time, even with just me, you and Jeremy. Yeah,
I know.
You know, so.
No, I mean, I was going to bring up the Johnson & Johnson blood clot thing because Jeremy waited specifically for the Johnson & Johnson shot because he is afraid of needles and wanted the one shot.
I just got my Pfizer shot on Thursday.
The first or second?
My first one.
Okay.
My first one. And I got to tell you, man, my fucking arm was killing me, man. It was nothing, man. It was never felt the shot, walked out, felt great, nothing going on. About 3 hours later, I mean, it wasn't even gradual. It was just like, bam, there you go. Take some of that, you COVID bastard. So
they converted the ones up here to the Pfizer one, the ones that were doing Johnson & Johnson at the college.
Yeah.
That's what I covered this morning.
Why'd you wait so long, Vinny? You were eligible like at the beginning for 65 and over. So
yeah, I know. I did 60. You fuck. So I don't know. I just, you know, just was going along, and I wasn't even thinking about it really. Everybody's getting their shots, and I was like, yeah, I got to get mine. And just, you know, just never made an appointment. And then finally one day I was, you know, just sitting at the computer at work, checking my emails. I said, you know what, let me get this damn shot. So, you know, I went through CVS. It took me 5 minutes once I got in, and they gave me the shot, and then they make you sit there for 15 minutes and make sure, you know, something doesn't fall off. So
these drive-through ones, they're sitting in the parking lot for 15, 20.
Yeah.
And I think the one of the last ones I covered, it was like if you are allergic to, like, I don't know, say shellfish or something, you have to wait a half hour or so.
Oh, really?
It's longer, I guess, if they're asking you these other questions. I don't know.
Right.
Just the ones up here.
I mean, do you guys think that, I mean, I read something that like the chance of getting a blood clot is like insanely low. So, I mean, do you guys think
it's less than 1 in a million?
Yeah. So, I mean, is it right to pull it? I mean, just as a preventative measure, or, I mean, you'd have the two other options though, Beth. You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying.
Now that we have enough, it's okay. You know,
you almost have a third if they bring the AstraZeneca.
Right.
But that one had blood clot problems in Europe.
Yeah, that one had,
Yeah, I think that was probably the worst because of what happened in Europe or whatnot.
Yeah, I think anything that's got a setback, no matter how minor, should be researched more, especially if there's other things out there that you can take that are, you know, not guaranteed, but are more accepted and less likely to do damage to you.
I get the people
Yeah.
though that don't like needles. They want
Oh, sure. Sure.
I got the
So-
Moderna. That's the rough one.
Oh, really?
I got the Pfizer.
Why is
Pfizer
that the rough
represent.
Yeah, I got fires
Yeah.
to see. Why'd you say it was rough, Beth?
Well, the Moderna is apparently like you feel sicker after.
Oh, is that
It's
right?
harder. And the
It's
second,
a two-shot. It's a two-shot process.
yeah.
So you
and
feel
the
sicker
second-
after the first shot as well?
No, not the first one. The second,
second
one.
one.
The second one, most
Yeah.
people, but it depends on your level of exposure and like how many antibodies you have. So
Right.
I like was super duper careful, like haven't eaten in a restaurant, never take my mask off in school,
Right.
anything. And I still felt like I was getting a flu,
Right.
and like people that I work with, they had fevers for days.
Yeah. I've heard
But
those.
that's
Yeah.
when the teachers were allowed to go get it.
Mhm.
In the New York City hubs, it was Moderna. So that's what we all
Right.
got. And it
That's
was
what you
pretty
got.
rough. But
Yeah.
Pfizer, my daughter got, my parents got.
Yeah.
And the first shot is pretty similar to the second shot.
Yeah,
It's
right.
however bad it was on the first shot, that's what you're going to expect the
Right,
second time
right.
around.
I heard
Um,
a couple of people got the Pfizer, had just the arm pain,
Yeah,
in the spot where you got it. And then
right.
some people got like, a little malaise and,
Or
kind
tired.
of
They
just
got tired.
and maybe a
Yeah.
little bit of a,
Lauren
No.
had arm pain for a couple of days. She got Pfizer.
I still feel it. In fact, it's not as bad, but I know it's there.
It was
Right.
the
Yeah,
area though. It didn't like move anywhere.
right.
No,
And
it
I don't
just
think
stayed
I've
right in that
heard like
spot, right in that
Pfizer,
spot.
fevers or chills or anything.
Yeah, I heard very few people had that. The people
Right.
that I know had very few had that.
Right.
Hey, Vince, did you get yours yet?
I know that's why you brought this up. There's not.
No,
a
that's
chance
not why I
of
brought it up.
Yeah.
What? You're not gonna get it? No.
No.
We got an
No.
anti-vaxxer in the house, guys. They're real
Hey.
ones, not a Jeremy one.
Not anti-vaxxer. I just, for me, in my opinion,
Just in-
I'm healthy. No need for something that's over a 97% survival rate, and
Oh,
or,
see, I guess it's a
to
little
me,
different.
I don't need it.
My next door
Well,
neighbors all
that's
died.
your personal. Yeah,
Everyone's allowed their own opinion, Michael.
absolutely. Hey, you don't want it. You don't want
He's
it.
always egging me on because he's super left, and I'm definitely to the right. And we talked about this yesterday, so he knew I knew where this was going.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh, you
Johnson-
didn't think you were
Johnson-
coming on here without talking about that? There's no way.
of course not.
No way.
The Johnson and Johnson thing had nothing to do with that. That was literally about Jeremy
Oh.
because he got the Johnson and Johnson and he getting the blood clots now. But Bethy's saying, like her entire household of neighbors right next door died. So like it is a serious thing, man. And I understand like
Yeah,
you might
a
not
lot of
think it
people
is,
are overweight or have pre-existing conditions of some sort. I just
These people
for
weren't.
me,
The thing
I
is,
don't want.
the thing is, what we found here, like in New York, because like we got it like first, so they really didn't have like monoclonal antibodies or anything like that, like in the beginning last March,
Yeah.
And it seems to me, and this is what all my doctor friends have been saying, that they just haven't figured it out yet. It's not about overweight. It's not about anything like that. There's some genetic component that they haven't identified, and none of us know whether we have that or not. So like basically my coworker at work, her mom was in the hospital for like 21 days. Her aunt dropped dead. Her uncle dropped dead. Her first cousin dropped dead. Okay. Next door neighbors, both the parents are dead. And their son, who's my age, 44, 45, he was the longest patient at a hospital in Nassau County, right near me. He was in rehab. He's still like in a wheelchair now. Like he's completely disabled now. Like he survived.
I've covered
but he's
people that
disabled.
I've covered people that are survived it and everything. For me, I'm much more comfortable if there was years of research into this, not rushed. That's just my feeling on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I'm not
I
saying
certainly
don't go and get a vaccine.
right. I certainly would have liked to have waited, until they did more research and just see what happened to people a year out, a year after it's been, in circulation, just to see if anything, comes up that's,
And I'm not saying I won't get it 2 years down the line.
Sure, of course. But like you said earlier, the people with pre-existing things like me, overweight, number 2 diabetic, high blood pressure,
High blood pressure.
all these things. You know what I mean? So that's probably the main reason I got it, because if it gives me a chance to live through it, if I get it,
Yeah.
then I'm going to get it. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
agree.
That was the
yeah,
other
and of course,
thing.
and I agree with you not getting it. You're healthy, you're younger, you know, and so I can see you waiting, especially if you stick to the protocol that's out there, like masks and, you know, clean your hands, social distancing, all that shit. If everybody had done that in the first place, we wouldn't be at this point now. But
I do all the trigger words.
yeah. So
right.
that's you know, that's my story. That's why I got it.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, it was the right thing to do.
All right. Well, it's 1 minute before 8 p.m. and Vince has to go to bed. So we will wrap up this week's episode of the
Vince got to go to bed.
Vince, we got to tuck him in. Who's going to tuck him in tonight? It's not going to be me.
What's your shift, Vince? What hours do you
I'm
work?
covering for someone. It's 4 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did you get, you've been there like longer than a lot of people. Did you volunteer or how did you get picked for the shit shift on weekend?
Well, they know that I don't really mind doing mornings, filling in for somebody.
Right.
I hate doing night shift. 2 to 11 p.m. is my least favorite. You've worked there, you know the desk people.
I worked that too. Yeah, that was a shit.
Much prefer morning shifts. It's easier. Weekends is no brainer.
Yeah.
You're live twice. It's just being up.
Yeah.
I work six. I work six to. Yeah, I work.
My ideal shift would be 7 to 3. It'd be great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I work 6 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. So, you know, it's a pretty cool shift. You only got to get up early. You know, I get up at 5.
Yeah.
Not a big deal, really.
And
I work a 4-day week. You know, we work 4 10s. Yeah. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, so we'll wrap up this week's episode of The Usual Saints. I want to thank Beth and Vince for coming and being guest hosts. We'll see if they join us in any future shows.
Great.
No,
Thank you.
I'm already
I'll only be invited back for the political ones.
I'm already deleting your number from my phone right now. I'm deleting you from everything as we speak. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to cut your voice. I'm going to put a sample into the computer and see if it can cut you out of the whole show entirely.
Great. Waste time. Waste time.
Find and replace.
Dog's face on my body. That'd be great.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Vince, I would never kick you off.
Someone did that to me.
I like different viewpoints on the show, man. So thanks for joining us tonight. Next time, we'll see if you guys join us. I joked with the other guys in the group. I said, what if we had all 6 of us plus a guest? That would be like a fucking crazy madhouse. I'm not sure how that would work, but we'll see. We'll see how we work it out.
Next week.
We can try it. We can try it.
All right.
Absolutely. Hey, it was nice meeting you guys. Hope we can.
Same here.
Hope we can do this again.
Yeah.
All right. So for Beth, Vince, and Vinny, this is going to be confusing with the 2 Vins, but that's fine. I'm Mike D, and you've been listening to Usual Saints. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
Peace out.
Vinny does the peace thing at the end of every episode. That's his thing. And when
that's
he's not
my
here,
thing.
when he's not
every day.
I did it once, and then it was like, where's peace? You didn't say peace.
You don't do the.
No, I don't do that to the kids off. No.
Deuces.
Deuces. No deuces.
Okay, guys, I gotta go.
All right, Beth.
Yeah. Fucking turn it off. Bye.
Bye. Love
See
you.
ya. Bye.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Now that she's gone, we can do the real show. No? What'd you say?
Look like the couch from Snick.
Snick.
It's like our Saturday night Nickelodeon.
Jesus, man. Oh no! Like that's between me and you. Like I'm only a few years older than you, but like I never really watched that. I remember like some of the shows, like Are You Afraid of the Dark and all that stuff. No, I don't think so.
Don't go. I went back and watched one of my favorite cartoons ever, Rocko's Modern Life. It's absolutely horrendous. No.
Oh God, it doesn't hold up.
No.